Jordan,
Iain,
who absent-mindedly walked into the middle of a film set, was mistaken as an extra, kept in the final film, and was subsequently voted ugliest extra alive.
Tiger Woods?
No. Two guys. What? Hello and welcome to episode 85 of Two Guys What's Up, the weekly comedy podcast where the hosts don't need to enter a Who's Ugliest pageant. The answer is clear. My name is Second Place and joining me is First Place. First Place, how are you?
I'm feeling good. I'm in first place for once in my life.
Yeah, but given the competition that you entered, does that really, does that make you feel good?
I don't care. I'm first place. That's all that matters.
Mate, you know what? You're always going to be beautiful to me.
Not even my wife says that.
Fuck what those judges say, pal. Sod your wife and all. Simon Cowell, you can suck a dick, mate. I don't care if you gave Paul Jordan here a 1 out of 10 on the beautiful scale. I love him.
Oh, that's really kind.
Just don't look at me. I mean, bag over the head situation. I love you nonetheless.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's really sweet. I think.
You have to decipher that a little later.
Yeah.
And see if that was a compliment or a dig.
I think during the edit, I'll work it out, I think. I've just got back in from having a game of badminton outside with my wife, which was super fun.
Oh, yeah.
But the only downside is that it's quite windy where we live, and that doesn't quite work so well. So it's been in many neighbours' gardens.
Oh, shit. And which one of you climbed the fence to get it back?
Well, I mean, neither of us. We just wait for the magic ghost to throw it back over.
We've had many shuttlecocks.
Well, we don't anymore.
Yeah, we're down to 4.
But it's super fun. I think next time that you come over, we should have a game.
Fantastic. I can't wait. I love badminton.
Do you? Mm-hmm. And I had no idea.
Yep.
Things I learn.
My wife and I, not so much anymore because we don't have the time, but we used to go down to our local sports centre and have a friendly game of badminton.
Did you really? I never knew that.
Did indeed.
Oh, I love that. Well, okay, I tell you what, next time, whenever that is that you and your wife come over for like drinks or something, no kids, we can have 2-on-2 adult time with badminton.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else then.
And that after.
You will have to watch yourself, though, because my wife gets incredibly competitive. Do you remember that time I broke both legs?
Oh, yeah, it took ages, didn't it, to fix?
It did, yeah, because she kept re-breaking them. She's like, should we just go for a friendly game of badminton? Just while your legs heal. I'll take it easy on you. Another break later.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a bit too far when she did your arms as well.
It's because I kept beating her.
Technically, did she not beat you?
Well, yeah, metaphorically.
It sounds like physically.
That's what I meant to say.
Oh, I love it. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. I had a little nap before we started recording today, so I'm firing on all cylinders, mate. I'm fucking on form. I'm ready to go.
Oh, I love it. I mean, I'm not. I've been working today, so I'm probably going to be knackered.
Ah, shit, that's fine. I'll just do the talking, mate. You just do the listening.
Oh, and can I say, I also survived looking after your kids.
Oh, you did? Yeah, very well. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Apparently they were angels for you.
Yeah, they were pretty good. I mean, I don't see what the problem is, really.
That's why I said it before, I'll say it again. That's why our group chat is called Darlings for Other People. Because as soon as they're outside of the vicinity of our house, and us two, they're just lovely. They see other people and the smiles come on and they're like, oh, I'm so cute. Watch this, I can mispronounce words. Ambulance. That's funny, isn't it? And the people are like, oh, how adorable. And then as soon as your backs are turned, they're like, see you tonight. You ain't getting a fucking wink of sleep, you little bastard. And we're like, please, just let us have one night. They're like, I'm going to shit myself.
I must say, your youngest is really, really wanting to do his best to use the toilet, though.
Yeah, we're in the throes of potty training. He's cracked the number 1, but it's the number 2 next, and he's finding that a little bit difficult.
Okay. I mean, the amount of tries he wanted to have was slightly unreal.
That's because he gets the praise. He likes to get the praise. He likes to flush the toilet and wash his hands. Like, that's his process. He just sits on the toilet for like 5 seconds, goes, I did it! Flushes the toilet, washes his hands, and he feels accomplished because we're trying to obviously get him to understand that it's a good thing and he should be using the toilet. Every time he wants to, we have to praise him. So we're like, "Way, you sat on the toilet. That's a good sign." Blah, blah. But he just wants the claps and the yay, that kind of stuff, the bravado that follows it.
Yeah, but he's not quite grasped that you actually really, to get that, need to have a banging shit.
Yeah. Not like, I don't need your fucking applause today, mate. I just need to drop a fucking hell of a log.
I mean, that would be thunderous.
The best kind. Anyway, Meal Part, I kind of feel like after last week when I rattled on for like 8 hours about my horrible holiday, I think we should probably just kind of jump into it today, unless you've got anything else you want to fill our listeners' ears with.
No, not at all. I'm ready to just go for it.
Smashing me old sandwich. Right then, Meal Pal, what have you got coming up for us today?
I've got a slightly unusual one, possibly, but we'll see. We'll find out.
Okay.
And I figured now that your kids are getting a little bit older and you're starting to go away together a bit more as a family, I figured maybe I better scout ahead. Look out for any impending danger.
Okay.
So I've got for you a list of 10 of the most dangerous and toxic plants that exist around the world, because I figured, help keep you and your family safe, just give you a bit of a heads up.
Oh, you gentlemen, that's so good.
I know.
So kind of you.
I know, I appreciate that. Oh, stop.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, carry on. No, stop.
And I do have a habit of eating random plants.
Yes, maybe not anymore.
Probably a better stop after today. Or at least I'll know what to not go for.
That is true, yeah. I mean, you can still go for your nettles and dandelion if you like.
Mm-hmm. Good to know.
I tell you what, I do love a good old dandelion and burdock, though.
Yeah, it's one of those flavours that I can't really get my head round. I'm like, that's lovely. Oh, wait, hang on, that's fucking awful. Oh, hang on a minute. No, it's good. Yeah, I'm liking it. Yeah. Oh God, no, it's disgusting. It just can't make its mind up on my palate.
It's like I've never also tried nettle tea.
Yeah, I've heard that's good. I've heard nettles are pretty good for you, all round. You sting yourself with them, it does something for you. Like, it stops what's that shitty seasonal disease or thing? Hay fever, that's the one.
That's seasonal disease.
You got what I meant, didn't you? You got there at the end.
I did, yeah. So you're right that it's like its own little antihistamine tablet, isn't it?
Shame it fucking hurts. I mean, what's the point?
It's very much a shame, yeah. Although saying that, apparently if you eat a spoonful of local honey, that does the same kind of thing, because it's like the pollen locally.
Oh, okay,
kind of ingesting in your body, and that is meant to really help. So, you can enjoy it and not have to cause yourself some stingy pain.
Fantastic, mate.
Unless you're into it.
Well, each to their own.
No judgment. But Iain, what on earth have you got for us today?
Well, today, first place, I have a strange tale of a man who just poof, up and disappeared in a case that may or may not involve aliens. And yes, it involves aliens.
I was just going to ask. Okay.
And Jordan, I know you love it, so I have evidence.
Brilliant. Now I'm invested again.
Well, you come onto this call like every day, like, I wonder if I'm actually going to enjoy this episode. Or is it going to be 20 minutes of me just kind of nodding along?
Yeah, been on the fence for a while.
Well, I'm glad to have you on my side today because it's a very interesting tale.
Brilliant. Shall we just get straight into it?
Let's go. Our story today is about a man named Frederick Valentich. He was born on June the 9th, 1958 in Australia, and later in life he attempted to join the Royal Australian Air Force, but was rejected due to inadequate educational qualifications. But despite this setback, he was determined to pursue a career in aviation. So, by 1978, at just 20 years old, he was an aspiring pilot with a passion for aviation and a particular interest in UFOs, oddly. His dad also said later that he was always living in fear that a UFO would, quote, get him.
Okay, that's a bit weird.
It's strange, isn't it? Yeah, he had a keen interest and he was had this irrational fear that one day a UFO would just fly overhead and just bop him on the noggin or something.
Yeah, it depends how you really define get him.
Yeah, I think it was, the horrible kind of get, like, we're going to kill you or abduct you or hurt you in some way. Not like, get him a box of chocolates.
That would have been sweet, though.
That would have been nice, yeah. It's like, we just come to let you know we're here, by the way. He's like, don't kill me. Here's some celebrations.
And the E.T. film.
On VHS. On DVD, we're like, we don't have one of them yet, mate. It's 1978, pal. You're a bit ahead of the curve.
It's all right. They can just, at that point, they're so far advanced, they can stream it straight into his noggin.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's 10 minutes in, this just shit, I don't want to stop. You will complete the film. This is a director's extended cut.
Then they don't realise it's glitched and it's just the same scene over and over.
So, in his flying career, he had approximately 150 hours of flying time, which was a modest amount for a pilot of his age, but he was considered competent and responsible by his instructors and peers, so it seemed he wasn't doing too bad. But on the night of October 21st, 1978, Valentich, in a Cessna 182L, was on a nighttime training flight from Moorabbin Airport in Melbourne on a journey to Kings Island. The flight was around 125 nautical miles, or 144 miles in normal distance, because nautical distance is different for some reason.
Yeah, I never understood that.
Yeah, neither did I. But, I have the conversion here for your mental pleasure.
I appreciate that.
Mate, that's what I do. I like to...
Mentally please me.
Oh, yeah. Mentally, physically, emotionally, just anyway, really, I can please a good old first placer.
I'll take it.
Oh, I know you will. His flight plan included both legs of the trip, as in he intended to return the same night. However, straight out the gate, some aspects of the flight plan raised questions, such as a lack of a clear reason for the specific visit to King Island, and the fact that he'd failed to inform King Island's authorities of his intended visit. It's just a bit of one of those, that's a bit odd. You kind of expect him, as if you're going to be flying a plane in that you're going to be landing, to let them know the runway's going to be clear.
True, I guess so. That would be, at the very least, good health and safety.
Yeah, a bit of common courtesy.
Yeah.
Valentich conducted his pre-flight checks, refueled the aircraft, ensuring it was in good condition ahead of his trip. He jumped in his plane and departed from Murrabin Airport at 6:19 p.m, heading southwest over the Bass Strait, but little did he know, his flight would not go to plan. 6:43 p.m, Valentich contacted Melbourne Flight Services to confirm his flight position, and bizarrely, to check if there were any other aircraft known to be in the area. The controller, Steve Robbie or Roby? I'd say Robbie, maybe?
I'd say Roby.
Oh, Roby. Okay, well, we'll go for a mix of the tooth and we'll go for Robobby. Not his name, but funny to listen to.
Yes.
So Steve Robobby informed that, nope, all is clear. There were no other aircraft at his altitude or position. But at 7 o'clock, just 17 minutes later, the encounter would begin. Valentich radioed through saying he was seeing an unknown aircraft with 4 bright lights that seemed to be following him. He described whatever it was to be about 1,000 feet above his craft and moving at high speeds. 7:06 p.m, Valentich radioed again. Melbourne, this thing's long in shape. It's got a hard metallic surface and a green light.
It's like I'm there.
Was that a good Australian accent?
I mean, it was something.
It was vaguely passable. Okay.
I understood.
Hint taken, I won't do it again. He described it as passing overhead at high speed, unnerving the poor guy, and strangely, he was experiencing engine problems with his aircraft rough idling, which is where the engine doesn't fire properly.
Oh, okay. Do you think it was actually causing issues with the flight then?
I guess, that's something that we hear in UFO reports, isn't it? We hear that it disrupts electronics, UFOs, whenever they're in your vicinity, like your car will die or your lights will go out, that kind of thing. So I guess it could have been causing some kind of mechanical problems with the plane.
What a bastard.
Fucking wankers, aren't they, really?
Yeah.
He went on to say that the thing was hovering above him, circling him, disappearing and reappearing, and seemingly like it was playing games with the poor guy. And then at 7:12 p.m, Valentich would send his last radio communication. His last words to Robobby were, "It's not an aircraft." This was followed by 17 seconds of metallic scraping sounds before the transmission abruptly ended.
I'm assuming, was this guy never found?
We'll get there, don't worry. All the facts will be revealed. Efforts to re-establish contact with Valentich and his aircraft were made, but he was never heard from again. There you go, there's your answer.
Oh, God.
If you just waited 2 seconds.
Oh, so the radio communication broke up.
Yep.
There was sounds of metallic scraping.
Yep.
And then they re-established that connection, but nobody could hear him.
They couldn't re-establish anything.
Oh, I see.
They tried to get in touch with him. They tried to get in touch with the plane. They tried to contact him. They were like, Freddie boy? That's not Australian. Anyway, yeah, they tried to get in contact with him and they just simply couldn't. And he was never heard from or seen again.
Wow. Bermuda Triangle.
Nowhere near it.
Maybe it moved that day.
It's just on a little holiday.
Yes, yeah.
But Jordan, it's time for evidence. I have the last transmission, and these are all cut together to show you the whole conversation, and they're only recorded from Valentich's side, so what you're hearing happened over the course of the full flight, but let's listen.
Oh, can't wait. Okay, here we go. I'm going to play it now. That's really weird.
Isn't it awful? And there's that horrible scraping noise at the end.
What do you think that is?
In context of what he said was going on, I guess it could be something like a bit of the UFO scraping against his aircraft.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe like clamping onto it or latching to it or something like that.
Oh, God. So a little bit like the aliens thought that they were in a bumper car ride in the air.
Yeah. There's one, get him. This is well fun. Thanks for taking me out to Earth, Dad.
That's so weird. Kind of sad, though, that that's the last that they ever heard of this guy.
It is kind of strange, and it is real sad.
That's odd.
So there was some evidence to back up the claims of Valentich. Later it came to light that there were several witnesses who reported seeing unusual lights in the sky on the evening of October 21st, which, if you remember, was the night of the flight. And while the accounts varied, they did include descriptions of those same green lights that Valentich reported moving erratically. A farmer on Cape Otway claimed that he saw a green light hovering above his property, and another witness reported seeing a green light trailing a small aircraft, and this sighting aligns closely with Valentich's last known position and his description of the unidentified object.
But they don't actually know what that was, though.
Yeah, I don't think they would have realised that the aircraft went missing. I think it was made news that there was a missing person, but at the time, when they saw it, they'd have just gone, that's weird.
And then went about getting the burger.
Yeah, just went to McDonald's, grabbed a little happy shake.
Is that what they call them?
That ain't a thing.
Or is that what they do when they get one?
Yeah. Hey, I have my Coke Zero.
I could imagine you did the action just then.
Have you got cameras in here?
No.
No, I took those out, remember? You made it abundantly clear that you wanted them gone.
Yeah, that's right.
Just closing off your transmissions.
No, what are you on about? 1 second.
I've got cameras in your room, mate. I'm watching you.
Hi.
Put your c*** away. Stop windmilling.
I'll wave to all four corners.
Oh, mate, it's right beneath your feet.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Hello.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Not bad.
I love it when you look down on me like that.
I always look down on you.
Oh, it's sad because it's true. After the disappearance, the Australian Department of Transport coordinated a sea and air search covering over 1,000 square miles over several days, but despite these efforts, no trace of the aircraft or Valentich was ever found. Weather reports from the night of the disappearance showed clear skies with good visibility, which should have made navigation straightforward and a crash site location easier to find. So what was the leading theories that officials came to the conclusion that they thought explained what happened to Paul Valentich? Get ready for this because it's one of those head slappers.
God.
They speculated that he had become disorientated while flying in the dark, and what he actually saw was his own plane's lights reflecting in the water, or perhaps he mistook lights from a nearby island while he was flying upside down.
Right, okay. Would he not know he's upside down?
Precisely. That's exactly what you'd have thought.
Like, would you not feel that? You're not in zero gravity.
No, yeah, you definitely feel the pull of you going up to the ceiling. Oh, God, I think I'm being abducted here. It's like, oh, no, I'm just upside down. Sorry about that, ground control. I'll just correct myself. You definitely know.
Yeah, and what did they say? The light's reflection in the ocean surface. So implying that he's fucking plummeting straight into it.
Yeah, so, God knows how close he must have had to have been to the ocean in order to get a clear look at his own reflection.
Yeah, and also it wasn't instant, was it? He made comment about, I think, seeing these things in multiple transmissions.
Yeah, and disappearing and going backwards and circling around the top of him. His reflection wouldn't be able to do that.
No, maybe it's just where the Earth curves. It's inching closer and then, it's curved again. And then, it's straightened off. Oh, it's disappeared. Oh, it's curved again.
Oh, mate, yeah. This UFO's acting real strange. He's curving away from me and then getting closer and then fucking off again.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm upside down.
I think this UFO is playing tricks on my mind. I feel upside down. This is weird.
Well, it is the land down under.
There you go. He's upside down anyway.
Maybe he was right side up. That was the issue.
Possibly. I don't even know how that would work.
I don't either, but I assume that's probably wrong.
Good investigating.
Are you sure it was a good guess? Are you really sure? What did they say? Go on, tell me.
Right. So there was one question on everyone's mind, and that was, what the fucking hell was that sound at the end of the final transmission? It still couldn't be explained. An analysis of the recording gave no conclusive insights. The sounds were not found to be usual and did not correspond to any typical mechanical issues experienced in the Cessna aircraft, and the 17 seconds of strange metallic noises captured still remain unexplained.
Okay.
No debris or wreckage from his plane was ever recovered. Radar data from the time showed Valentich's aircraft maintaining its correct course and altitude, so, he is at least in the sky where he's said to be, whether it be upside down or not, until the last moments of communication, proving no sudden deviations or erratic behaviour that might indicate loss of control.
And also that has surely just disproved the theory that he was just seeing his own reflections.
Well, it says he was in the correct place, so I guess it might not give you...
Well, you said correct course and altitude.
Yeah, but he could be flying on the correct course and altitude upside down.
Oh, right, yeah, okay, I get that, but it still doesn't make sense.
No, it absolutely doesn't. I'll give my final thoughts in a second, but there is a couple more theories. So it was thought that mechanical failures, such as engine trouble, could have caused the aircraft to crash, and the fact that the aircraft was reported to be rough idling supports that theory, but mechanical failures typically result in more distinct distress signals or crash debris, which neither was found. And finally, it was thought that maybe Valentich could have just staged his own disappearance for unknown personal reasons. Now, there is no evidence supporting this theory. Those who knew Valentich described him as responsible and determined young man who was competent and determined to becoming a pilot, so this theory just seems unfounded. So again, as I said before, we find ourselves in the realms of that theory could be a reason, and despite no evidence backing it up, this is the official story. Instead of, he's saying there's a UFO, there's unexplainable sounds recorded, but surely the obvious answer can't be actually what it is, can it?
Yeah, exactly. That's really weird.
It's a very strange disappearance and a very sad story. 20 years old.
Yeah.
Went missing.
And obviously showed signs of a lot of promise, and
Absolutely, yeah.
that I assume would be very out of character to him.
Yeah, I think that's what everyone was thinking. He wouldn't stage his own disappearance. And surely, I mean, even if he crashed in the ocean, there are ways to find things like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Very strange and interesting tale, Paul Valentich.
Yeah, what a poor guy.
So, yeah, it does sound like a cut and dry case of UFO interference. I don't know, what they did. I think I've heard something that rings a bell in the back of my mental mind where people have been abducted and they've seen the Cessna on the UFO they've been abducted to that was Valentich's plane.
Right, so implying that they stole that plane and therefore him as well.
Yeah, I guess that maybe, they just thought, just take the whole lot.
Wow, okay. I wonder what they were after, though. I'm assuming not the plane.
Maybe not. Maybe they wanted to know what kind of technology we have. Like, well, fucking hell, the humans have achieved flight since the last 1,000 years we were here. The fucking hell is that? Get it on board.
Yeah, then they're like, look how fucking shit this is, lads.
Yeah, Alien Bill is like to Alien Grey Jim. Remember when we had propellers 4,000 years ago? Idiots.
Yeah. Oh, I really feel kind of sorry for this guy, though, because whatever happened, it clearly didn't end particularly well for him.
Yeah, I mean, whether it was aliens or whether it was just a mechanical mishap, the guy still went missing.
Yeah.
And, like I say, it's not just one of those stories like, oh, I saw Mothman brushing his teeth getting ready for bed, that is, oh, that's creepy or whatever, probably absolutely fake. This is definitely true, and this definitely happened. No matter the reason for it, he still went missing.
But, I mean, he did clear that 100 grand's worth of debt.
Yeah. What, just before he left?
As a result.
Oh, right.
Happened to just land on a lovely private island.
But, so that is the story of Frederick Valentich.
Very interesting. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. And thank you once again, shall I say, for some lovely evidence.
You are very most welcome, Jordan. I like giving it to you because you take it very well.
Oh, I do.
So, plants that are okay or not okay, dangerous ones, that's the one. Tell me about the evil plants, Jordan.
I will, Iain. You know me, that I often like to take you on a journey through the world's most terrifying or bizarre, and sometimes even just downright weird topics, and, hopefully turn them into something we can have a bit of a laugh about.
Oh yeah, best kind of things to do.
Absolutely. But today we do need to tread carefully, Iain, and quite literally as we'll be diving into the crazy world of the most poisonous plants ever. That's right, we're talking about the flora that can flatten you faster than a Monday morning meeting. So I've got a list of 10 toxic terrors that can make even the most green-thumbed gardeners think twice.
Yeah.
So before I dive in, can I just say that plants are sneaky little shits?
Oh yeah.
Like, they might look pretty, they might smell nice, but then, bam! Next thing you know, you're regretting that salad.
Next thing you know, they've knifed you in the side. They've got you by the throat.
Yeah, it's the salad that bites back. So let's get into it. And remember, don't try any of these at home, anybody that is listening. Or actually, don't try them anywhere, for that matter.
Yeah. Don't take them to the park and try them there.
Definitely not.
Don't take them to work. Don't... Should we just put a blanket on anywhere with this one?
Yeah, absolutely. Just don't go around touching and tasting or sniffing flowers you're not familiar with.
Or people, for that matter.
Anything. Actually, should we just say that?
Yeah. Don't do anything anywhere.
Just stay at home.
Perfect.
Stay at home, lock your door. Listen to Two Guys What's Up.
Yeah. Great ad.
So, number 1 on the list is the rosebay, also known as oleander. This is a Mediterranean plant that looks innocent enough with its lovely pink and white flowers. Ooh, pretty. But Iain, this plant is so toxic that even inhaling the smoke from the burning oleander can simply knock you out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And not to mention that even just getting a little bit of the sap on your skin can cause a really bad rash.
Hang on a minute. Can we go back to the beginning of this? It can knock you out for how long?
I mean, I don't know how long for.
Maybe 8 hours or so? Is there anywhere I can get my hands on this?
I'll send you some.
Perfect. Because you used it the other day when my kids came over, did you?
Yeah, that's how I found this list.
I'm just going to light this incense stick, kids. Nighty night.
It looks like a flower. Don't these flowers smell lovely?
I wonder why they're a little groggy when we got them.
Yeah, they were fine. They weren't a bother. And true story, by the way. So one guy actually used rosebay branches to burn for roasting his hot dogs, right?
Oh,
so
God.
he ended up in hospital with a severely upset stomach from all the toxic fumes.
What, like absorbed into his hot dog?
No, I think just inhaling all the fumes from burning it.
Okay, that makes sense. It's because you, emphasised the hot dog. I thought the hot dog was the problem.
I mean, maybe that pushed him over the edge. He had high cholesterol anyway. And it was a mix of that and rosebay. It just wasn't a good combo.
Poor guy.
Number 2, we have water hemlock. This bad boy has roots that are often mistaken for edible plants, like parsnips or carrots. If you actually Google the roots of water hemlock, it honestly looks like parsnips. But trust me, Iain, you don't want to be having those honey roasted.
Yeah.
Because just one tiny bite can cause violent convulsions and even death.
What about shoving up your ass?
Oh no, that's really good for your health.
Perfect. And they're cheaper.
Yeah, I'll send you some.
You're just going to send me all of these unlabelled, aren't you? So, when I get them, I don't know what's what.
I mean, I think you'll understand the parsnip one for sure.
Yeah, I am fairly stupid.
So imagine you going out foraging and you come back with a fucking side of seizures or something. So it's a way to piss off your already irritated wife. So you're there frothing at the mouth and she's sitting there. Why are you taking so long, Iain? Dinner's getting cold and the kids haven't eaten yet. And you're there just
rolled around on the floor, trying to spell call an ambulance out in the foam come from her mouth.
Just holding up these supposed parsnips.
Yeah, fine, I'll chop them up and put them in the salad.
Put the tail ends out your ass.
Grim.
Oh, love it. I promised I'd never bring that up, so I apologise.
That's fine, mate. It's funny now.
Yeah, we can see the funny side now. Number 3, we have the castor bean plant. Yeah, this plant gives us castor oil, which is fine, but the seeds contain ricin.
Oh, God.
Yeah, which is one of the most deadly substances known to man. And one pesky little seed can kill a child.
Fucking hell.
And just a few can take out an adult.
Madness.
And it goes as far as one lady even made a necklace out of castor beans, not quite realising the danger. Seemed all good until she accidentally scratched herself with it.
Ooh.
Silly bastard. So I wouldn't recommend it, Iain.
Yeah, they're sharp.
Yeah, and pretty poisonous.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that bit, sorry.
But, I mean, hey, castor oil and all that is worth it.
What if, in the manufacturing process, they, one machine went wrong or something? It just started adding the ricin into the oil?
Oh, God. Yeah, and it was maybe in such little amounts that it kills everyone slowly.
Yeah, prolonged exposure.
And no one knows how we're getting so poorly, and it's being sent to other manufacturers to be added into other processed food.
Oh, God. Right, so I need to cut castor oil out of my diet.
Yeah, I mean, I told you long ago to stop drinking pints of the stuff.
It helps me sleep.
Does it?
Yeah, the ricin in it really is a good sedative.
You'd have been better off with rosebay, because, it knocks people out.
Well, you haven't sent me that yet.
Oh, no, I will do. It's on its way.
Thank you.
At number 4, we have aconite, which is also known as monk's hood.
Okay.
These beautiful blue flowers that look like they belong in a fairy tale are actually more like they're from a horror film.
And nothing with the word monk in it could be bad, could it, Jordan?
No.
Of course not. Don't be silly, Iain.
wash your mouth out. Because handling this plant might cause you numbness and even heart problems. Aconite is known as the queen of poisons for a reason.
And what are those reasons?
Because you'll get numbness and probably heart problems.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry, I zoned out.
You shouldn't put yourself to bed.
It's going that way, mate. Staring at a wall, for an excessive amount of time can make you tired.
It's all right. You're doing all right.
Thank you.
I think you're just about recovering from your relaxing holiday.
Yeah, I'm getting there, mate. My legs have come back to life recently, so that's nice.
Nice. Good. You sure you didn't brush yourself with monk's hood? Is that why all that kind of numbness?
I kind of wish I had it done.
Right.
Because then at least I wouldn't have to feel.
Oh, I'll send you some.
Thank you.
Well, Iain, have you ever fancied a little trip to Italy?
I've been to Italy, mate. I lived there. Don't know if you knew that.
Of course you did. I can see why you returned, though, because at number 5, Iain, we have the deadly nightshade.
Oh, yeah.
It's also known as belladonna, by the way, but it has a history of being used by Italian ladies to dilate their pupils for beauty. Hence the name belladonna, which is the meaning beautiful lady.
It does. That never crossed my mind. And, I mean, isn't it supposed to be like the deadliest plants in the world?
Yeah, I'll tell you why.
I was going to say, like, dilating your pupils, mate. That ain't that bad.
So this is a plant that can kill you, but makes you look good first.
Nice.
So isn't that just a little bit typical? All parts of this plant are toxic, but the sweet purplish black berries pose the greatest danger, and that's pretty much because they're attractive to children.
Oh.
Yeah. So symptoms of eating these include a rapid heartbeat, dilated pupils, as we just said, delirium, vomiting, hallucinations, and death due to respiratory failure.
Right, hell. I can't imagine what it would be like if, you were going out with your wife and, you're like, darling, your pupils are looking a little small, and do you want to go out to the garden and get yourself some belladonna, pal? Chuck that on, dilate those pupils, look banging. Icing on the cake of the night out, and you go out, you're walking around town, and your poor wife's like, oh, hello, Santa, yeah, how's it going, pal? Get the demons away.
And then vomiting.
Yeah, like vomiting all over herself, and people are like, mate, your wife's looking banging tonight, but she's acting weird.
Yeah. It's not how I'd get my daily dose of antioxidants anyway.
No. I don't really think I'd like my wife to go through that.
No.
For the sake of appearing what other people might perceive as prettier. Because my wife is downright gorgeous.
Absolutely.
Little pupils or not.
I'll send you some.
If you take some yourself, mate, you might be able to bump yourself up to second place.
Oh. No, I want to be first.
Okay, fair enough, if you're happy.
Yep. So, Iain, have you ever maybe wanted to travel to, I don't know, North America? Maybe cross that off your bucket list?
Nah.
That's probably a good choice, because at number 6 we have the white snake root. This plant is infamous for causing a big milk sickness in the 19th century.
All right, you've changed my mind. I'll get my passport ready.
Have you ever heard of milk sickness? I hadn't.
I have not.
No, okay, I'll explain what that is. So it's where...
Please don't.
It's where... I will anyway.
Okay.
It's where cows eat it, this plant.
Yeah.
Their milk then becomes toxic, and then we ingest it.
Right.
Basically, in the 19th century, it was eventually realised that the unidentified illness that was kind of sprouting around everywhere was caused by drinking the milk from cows that ate white snake root, which contained a chemical trematol, which is a toxin that causes weakness, pain, vomiting, abdominal pain, and can lead to a coma and eventually death.
Tremadol's brother.
Yeah.
Tremadol help you, take the pain away. He'll do a good job. He'll help you get through it. But trematol,
Yep.
despicable behaviour.
Yeah, you don't want to be ingesting any of that.
Wanker.
A little fact for you, even Abraham Lincoln's mother was believed to have died from milk sickness.
Oh,
I know.
Poor old, what's her name? What was her name?
Mother. To him, at least.
Mother Lincoln.
But Iain, you ever fancied going to Virginia?
Never thought about it, really, to be honest. Why, what's there, Jordan? Lovely things? Nothing that could hurt me?
Lovely things with the exception of what we have at number 7, the Jimson weed, also known as Totura or Dotura.
Never heard of it.
Well, this plant has hallucinogenic properties, but the side effects include severe delirium, tachycardia, and again, even death.
Oh, no.
Yeah, not particularly great.
The worst 3 things that you would want to have happen to you on a delightful little trip to Virginia.
Exactly. And there was a guy in the 1600s who ate some during a famine, ended up wandering around naked, raving mad for days, and they called it the Jameson weed after that incident.
Oh, poor guy. Was that his name or was that his town?
No, that was the town's name.
Oh, well, that's not fair, is it? One guy walks around naked and the whole town gets put down for it. The whole town gets a bad name because of that one guy. What was his name? Bill or something? They could have called it the Bill Plant.
Yeah, they could have done. I'm sure Bill Plant is the name of a driving school.
It is. Maybe that's him.
In his second reborn life.
Yeah. You better pass your driving test or I'm going to chuck this fucking plant down your gob. How do you like that?
Have you ever been to Virginia? I brought Virginia to you, you bitch. Ian, have you ever fancied visiting the Caribbean?
No, but my brother lived there.
Oh, he did. He doesn't live there anymore, does he?
He does not.
Is that because we have at number 8 the manchineel tree?
I dare say that's probably part of the reason, because he did tell me about it.
Oh, he wouldn't stop going on about it, would he?
No, they used to come into my room at night, Ian. They took my arm.
Well, Ian, it is found in the Caribbean. It's known as the Tree of Death. So every part of the tree is toxic, and even standing under it in the rain can cause blistering to your skin.
You.
Yeah. So apparently, so this is awful, but Spanish people used to tie enemies to this tree as torture.
Yeah, that's a bit beyond torture, that, isn't it, really?
It's not your tropical paradise, is it, that you grow
No.
accustomed to hearing about?
Imagine being on the boat, getting led up to the island. It's like, oh, this torture stuff don't sound so bad. Let's get on the island, pal. Oh, what, this lovely tree? We'll just hug it. What do you do with those handcuffs? Oh, here comes the rain. That'll cool me off. Holy shit, that's burning.
It's
Okay.
fucking acid rain. At number 9, Ian, we have the giant hogweed. So this plant looks like a carrot flower on steroids, which I didn't realise was a thing.
What the fuck is a carrot flower?
It's a thing. But yeah, carrot flower is a thing.
That still doesn't clear anything up at all, Jordan.
It's a little white flower. Don't know why they call it carrot flower. You know, I didn't name it. Don't shoot the messenger. Shut up and sit back down.
Put your revolver away. You're not making a good case. You're insulting me. Like, don't shoot the messenger. Okay, I won't. Sit the fuck down. Don't talk to me like that. It's like, well, mate, now you're on course for a shooting again, pal. If you keep saying stuff like that to me.
I'm sorry. No, please don't shoot me.
Okay.
The sap from the giant hogweed causes severe skin irritation, blisters, and even blindness if it gets in your eyes.
Oh, well, maybe that's why they called it the carrot flower.
Oh, because of what, the eye thing?
Yeah, because carrots, are supposed to help you see in the dark, but this one, it's the opposite. So it takes away your vision.
Helps you to not see in the dark or ever.
Exactly, yeah. So you can eat carrots, but the carrot flower.
Yeah.
And God help anyone who gets them mixed up.
Oh no, poor buggers.
Lost in the wilderness. Oh man, I can't see a fucking thing in this darkness. What was that thing I learned? Carrot flowers. Hom nom nom, scoffing them all. Oh, wait a minute. What was it, carrots or carrot flowers? Too late now. Nom nom nom.
Yeah, poor bugger. He was like avoiding all the carrots.
Yeah, oh God, stay away from those.
But a true story for you, where a teenager in the UK brushed against one while hiking, ended up with second-degree burns, and was in hospital for weeks.
Hell.
Yeah, it's not really a great summer adventure.
It was a teenager, you say?
Yes.
Okay, that teenager was definitely doing something like experimenting with deodorant and lighters. And the mum was like, what have you done to yourself? And he was like, I just brushed up against the plant. Yeah, that was it. That's what happened.
He was just looking at the two things that he could see in the room. There was there was some flowers and there was some carrots.
That's why no one's ever heard of it.
I brushed up against a carrot flower.
Yeah, it's nonsense. No one's ever heard of that.
And it became a thing. At number 10, Ian, have you ever fancied a trip to Australia?
Absolutely fucking not. No, not ever. A, because of my accent earlier, they'll probably kill me when I get there.
That's true.
And secondly, far too many things that I do not like that would want to kill me, like spiders.
Yeah, true. And there's quite a few toxic things in Australia.
Yep.
So here's the thing. It's the land where even the plants try and kill you. Because finally, rounding off our list at number 10 is the Gimpy Gimpy, which is what I call you.
It is.
Don't know if you've ever heard of this before.
I've heard of the name.
Do you know what its actual real name is?
I don't know, Steve.
No, it's Queensland stinger.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds ominous.
Yeah, and the reason for that is because this Australian nightmare looks like an innocent plant, but packs a punch that can leave you in agony for literally months on end.
Yeah, it's all coming back to me now.
What, have you been stung by it?
No, I just remember hearing about it. I've never been to Australia. I'm sure the people are lovely and the areas around it are lovely. And it's a fantastic place to visit. But one black widow, one tarantula, one huntsman, anything like that is in my periphery. And I would just jump out of my skin. And then they'd have to deal with a creepy skinless creature running around the streets yelling about spiders.
Oh, yeah. I've even seen those little videos where people go up to the car about ready to open the door and they see that huntsman all shriveled up hiding under the handle.
Yeah.
Awful.
Fucking could not do it.
I tell you what, though, I don't think they're edited either, but I have seen pictures and videos of huge spiders. Like, must be a foot long in span, if not more.
Oh, mate, you're making me just want to curl up inside myself.
No, I've seen them where they're like on the wall, and some people do like jump scares where it like jumps at the camera and stuff.
No, I know exactly what you mean, and I can't remember the name of it for the life of me. Why can't I remember the name of this fucking spider?
Oh, funnel web.
That's the fucking... Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, they look awful.
Right, let's not talk about it, because I'm feeling like the walls are closing in on me and they're just filled with spiders.
They are.
Shut your face.
Yeah, see, the thing is, right, those spiders, sorry to keep going on about them.
I know you want to stop here, but let's continue.
It's the fact that, like, often they've got massive abdomens but tiny little legs.
You're making me feel so uneasy.
Sorry. If you feel a little tickle on your leg, don't worry.
I keep feeling little itches everywhere. And it's just making me...
Oh, it's just your little spiders, it's fine. It's just your little funnel webs.
Tell me about the bastard and gimpy, will you?
I can't wait till you edit this. Moving on. It's been documented by many that simply brushing against gimpy can cause a sharp, constant burning pain, which is so persistent that it makes the sufferer literally want to kill themselves. And the longest documented suffering of this was over a year.
Ugh.
So it looks like a big leaf. Like, it's not like a flower or anything, it's just a big leaf, part of a tree. And think of it as like a nettle times 1,000.
Right, so what we were talking about earlier with the nettles being helpful. Bigger is not better.
No, I don't think anyone's after like gimpy tea.
Gimpy.
Can you imagine? So I watched this little, self-made documentary thing on YouTube a while ago, and this guy purposely stung himself with it.
Oh, man.
Just to kind of see what would happen. Just a little bit on his arm. And it lasted for months.
Fucking hell.
Like, it was an intense pain for like 30 minutes. If he got water on it, it was worse. It was literally like he was on fire, but he couldn't cool it down.
That's horrific.
Yeah, and that residual kind of feeling ended up lasting for months.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
I mean, his own fault. He knew that would happen.
It is. I guess it was for science, but yeah, what a horrendous thing. And some people in the comments had said that they got stung many, many years ago and still to this day occasionally have little flare-ups.
Wow.
So I would say it's pretty bad. And my only kind of thought that I had was, say you're trekking through the Australian outback or something like that. You do your business in the woods.
Yeah.
You find this big leaf to wipe yourself with.
Oh, wow.
Not realising, because it's not obvious that there's all these tiny needles sticking out.
Oh, you give it a good hard wipe. So not only is it going to be like on your affected area,
From sack to back.
and it's going to be on your hand as well.
Yes, that is true.
Oh.
And that feeling of burning fire lasting for upwards of a year.
Oh, mate, that's worse than the spider talk, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I'll send you some. And some spiders for good measure.
Just make the envelope of what you're going to send all the other plants to me in out of that one, so that when I get it, I'm like, oh, well, I'm not opening this, and pick it up, and I'm like, on my hand.
No, don't worry, I won't be doing that to you.
Thank you, very kind.
Yet.
Fucking grim. Thanks, nature.
Yeah, I'm going to say, yeah, so there you have it, everybody. Nature's a fucking w***er. Absolutely awful. So yeah, 10 of the most toxic and dangerous plants in existence. So you know what? At your own leisure, do what you like, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, maybe stay away from at least these 10 that Jordan has given us information on today.
I would definitely listen to Iain's advice for once.
Always listen to my advice. That one about when you lube up the inside of a sock and put it like in a sofa, that's the best advice I think I've ever given.
I mean, I'm so sad that you're sharing that, because that's been a golden one for me for years.
That's been my go-to every night when I'm rejected by the wife.
And every morning, and every afternoon.
Yeah, whenever I get a spare minute.
And every time the hand passes 12.
Smashing news. Thank you very much for that, Jordan. Just another reason for me to be scared of outside.
You're welcome.
So does that about bring us round to the end of today's episode?
I think it does.
Fantastic news! Thank you for tuning into today's episode of Two Guys What's Up. Don't forget to follow the show wherever you listen to us so you don't miss another episode, and maybe even tell a friend. Take your friend into the forest and just stand still. Don't touch a goddamn thing. And just listen to Two Guys What's Up so that you can bring some joy back to nature.
Maybe just don't bother going to the forest.
Yeah, maybe just don't bother having friends. I don't. Worked out well enough for me.
Yeah, stay at home.
Stay at home, fuck your sofa.
And if you'd like to get in touch with us, our Linktree link is in the bio of this episode, which you can click on and be jetted off to every link you will ever need for all your Two Guys What's Up essentials. Want to get your own Two Guys What's Up t-shirt? Click the link.
Want to learn how to tell the difference between flying upside down or not? Click the link.
Want to find out what other plants you definitely shouldn't touch? Click the link.
And don't forget, we now have a Patreon where you can find all of your Two Guys What's Up extra essentials, including pin badges, shout-outs, t-shirts, and if you can't get enough of our fantastic tales and amazing voices, well, now you can get more because we now release bonus episodes which come out on the last Friday of every month. There is currently 13 sitting up there waiting for your ears to just go and give it an extra little snuggly audio listen around all that extra audio goodness. And all that is available right now, starting with the bonus episodes, for just £3 a month.
So if you want to help support the show and get some cool stuff while you do so, head over to patreon.com/Two Guys What's Up to check out all the goodies over there. The link will be down below for your clicking pleasure.
But if you can't do that, but you still like to help us out, then a 5-star rating and review in your podcast app of choice would be the best and freest way to help us out, and we would be eternally grateful.
We would indeed.
But on that note, thanks for listening. Y'all have an amazing week, and we will see you next Monday. Hogweed. Bye.
At number 9, Iain, we have the giant hogweed.
Hogweed.
That's the one, and you have to sing it just like that. This plant looks like what the hell have I written there?
You tell me, bro.
What on earth have I written there? Okay, right. So this plant looks like a carrot flower, which I didn't realise was a thing. It's a thing.